This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Ryan Mee, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals, following the signing of the option agreement with Terra Balcanica for the sale of the Saskatchewan uranium projects. Thank you very much for joining us, Ryan. How are you?
Yes, good morning, Mark. I'm very well. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Of course, we've known about this option agreement, but now it's officially signed, sealed and delivered, so to speak. And you said in the RNS that it validates our business model of identifying low entry-level assets and crystallizing value for our shareholders. So you're fairly happy that this is, if you like, the first cab off the rank, so to speak?
Yeah, of course we are. You know, we've got a group of exploration assets. Obviously, we're focusing on tailings primarily going forward. So to be able to crystallize this kind of value, which, you know, it's what, $3.36 million Canadian dollars in cash and shares, and 3.25 million Canadian dollars in exploration commitment from, the optional to the properties, which is Terra. So, I think it demonstrates fantastic value for some non-core assets, which frees up the company in terms of resources to really kick on now.
Okay, so why is this good for shareholders, do you think?
Well, primarily, exploration projects need developing, so they need funding, they need capital. It's capital intensive. So part of this deal means that someone else is going to go out there and spend that money. So that 3.25 million Canadian dollars, that's non-dilutive to Fulcrum shareholders. So if we were going to go out there and do it ourselves, we'd have to bring that capital in. And of course, what we've got on the other side of this is obviously we have some cash coming into the business, and we also get shares in Terra. So that exploration expenditure gets directly leveraged over those shares, and hopefully the appreciation in value of those. And in turn, that could lead to greater returns for shareholders.
So the future benefit to Fulcrum and thus shareholders is you've got the cash coming in, which of course helps with cash burn on Fulcrum, for example. But the upside is retained in Terra shares, is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Not forgetting that we get a smelter royalty on top of that also.
Okay.
So any big discoveries there, then we get to benefit from that additional upside too. So this is very leveraged towards exploration of these assets, not using Fulcrum's resources, but also leveraging an opportunity whereby someone else comes in to develop them. And we get several catalysts in terms of value creation going forward.
Okay, good. And are you looking to perhaps capitalise in a similar manner on other projects?
Well, the company have repositioned to a certain extent over recent times, over the last 6 months in particular. We've got a very key focus on tailings and reprocessing gold in that Kirkland Lake area. So we're working on building out that opportunity at the moment, which is truly scalable opportunity. And the projects we have alone, possibly up to 200,000 ounces of gold. So these aren't small tickets. So therefore, we've got Tully, we've got Big Bear, we've got some other smaller non-core properties. Tully and Big Bear, that they are there. They've got drill permits. They're ready for drilling, for discovery, resource expansion. So these are some really valuable assets. And, just recently you've seen Go West be taken private, Canadian listed company. They've got the Bradshaw gold deposit just a couple of clicks north of Tully. That's been taken private in a $100 million transaction. So we're in the right postcodes, we've got the right projects. So I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to do something on those fronts too, yes.
So there's interest in the space, maybe albeit from sort of private money.
Well, I can only comment on what's in the public. And you can see that there is clearly appetite from, private money. And therefore, you can say from other companies too, that, in particular, Tully is a very valuable project to us.
Okay, Good. Okay, well, let's talk about the tailings then, which is the focus of the company. Of course, you've mentioned there that you've got the capital now to advance the environmentally friendly tailings processing. So what's next? This is presumably your pretty much 80% or full-time focus at the moment.
Yep, so we're moving forward with development of both Silvernight and Tech Hughes. These are very close to each other, again, a few kilometres away. We've completed that phase one program with Tech Hughes. We're delighted with the results, nearly 60% recoveries on the gold, and not forgetting that actually the sampling of the actual gold content came back nearly 17% higher than the historic grades. So at the moment, Tech Hughes is undergoing optimization in terms of leaching. We think we can significantly improve on that near 60% recovery rate. So that's what we're doing right now. Silvernight, we put some news out that we've started that phase one program. I believe the sampling is near enough done, so that should be up at the lab at Extract for analysis on the gold content and also the recovery rates there. So we're moving at quite a good pace here, and Fulcrum investors can be assured that we've got quite an exciting future ahead of us here.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ryan, as always, for your time. Ryan Mead, the CEO of Fulcrum Metals.
Thanks, Mark. It's always a pleasure.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.